Hello and welcome to News at Noon. I'm Aftab Borka. The state police are in the middle of an investigation that involves the mayor of Warren. There are reports that the mayor used profanity during some phone calls with an appointee. Norb France is a reporter with Macomb Daily and has been covering the story for us. Norb, first of all, can you explain the background that led to this investigation?
Well, the mayor had a couple of phone conversations, Aftab, with one of his appointees. Unbeknownst to him, those conversations were recorded, and the appointee then turned those recordings over to the Michigan State Police, who are currently investigating whether or not he violated a state law that prohibits the malicious use of a telecommunications device. Namely, did he use the phone to threaten, intimidate, or harass anybody? So that's what they're delving into right now, and the state police told me that they hope to wrap this investigation up by the end of the week.
And any word from the mayor's office on that?
He had some initial comment last week saying he broke no laws, but that was prior to the media, some in the media getting copies of those recorded conversations. Since then, he hasn't made any public statement. I tried contacting him yesterday. He didn't return the call because he did say last week that he would contact state police and was eager to talk to them. Lieutenant Michael Shaw from Michigan State Police would not confirm for me whether or not they've spoken to the mayor at all yet, or whether they did in fact receive contact from him or one of his representatives.
I'm just wondering, what does it mean for the community itself, or if there has been any reaction to the reports? I understand they haven't come to a conclusion in the investigation, but if they do conclude, how is the community reacting itself?
Well, there's a lot of talk about this. I mean, this is a significant story for Warren. There's a firestorm of people going back and forth about the things the mayor said, the recording of these conversations by one of his appointees, and what it might mean for him, whether or not he may be charged with a misdemeanor or not. These two phone calls, there's a lot of, shall we say, salty language in it. It's filled with profanity, in which his words, he claims to say that he's going to beat at least one of these two individuals to the ground, with a lot of profanity in between. I can tell you one quote, and we put this on our website on Sunday. He says, well, one of these days I'm just going to flip out and I'm going to go over there and I'm going to take a 2x4 and beat the hell out of them. I may end up in jail, but I'm getting angrier and angrier. There's some other parts into it where there's, like I said, there's a lot of profanity, but I'll spare you that right now.
All right, Norb, thank you very much for that.
The Pontiac High School was on a lockdown yesterday after reports of a suspicious bag in the building. The building, in fact, was cleared after nearly 6 hours of search that involved local and federal authorities. Dr. Brian Doherty is the superintendent of Pontiac School District and joins us live now. Mr. Brian, can you explain to us what happened yesterday?
Well, yesterday, roughly at about 9 a.m., a student reported to officials that there was a suspicious item that could possibly be in the building. The student had actually eyeballed the package, and it was determined that it had high potential to be an explosive device. Right after that, the Oakland County Sheriffs were immediately summoned to the building, and the building was evacuated.
So have you been able to establish as to who put the bag there, or who was behind it?
Yes, currently there's an individual who is still being held by the Oakland County Sheriffs. He had been questioned all day yesterday. We were able to identify him via the security cameras that we have in our building. We were able to trace the areas of the building that he was in, and the only thing is that we haven't been able to determine what happened to the device that was described by the individual that saw it.
And that was the superintendent of Pontiac School District, Brian Doherty. And now, the Red Wing fans may have a hard time waking up this morning, but Oakland Press sports columnist Pat Caputo says if the Red Wings don't wake up in time, it may be too late.
I didn't think the Red Wings played a horrible game against the Anaheim Ducks to open the Stanley Cup playoffs on Tuesday night. It's just they made a couple mistakes. They had a couple power play opportunities, and their penalty kill wasn't particularly good. And, you know, it comes down to this. The Red Wings have got to put a little more pressure on the Ducks. They have to get more shots on goal, have more scoring opportunities. I thought at the end they had a couple really good chances, but there weren't enough throughout the body of the game. And it always helps in the playoffs to get the lead. And when the Red Wings fell behind 1-0, kind of handicapped them a little bit. And then later in the game, when Teemu Selanne scored a power play goal, I didn't think it was necessarily a super soft goal. But if Jimmy Howard is going to take the Red Wings where they want to go in the playoffs, it can't be a short side goal, even if he screened a little bit. But to Jimmy Howard's fairness, it was a power play goal. He only gave up 2 goals. And the Red Wings, I don't think they got enough shots on goal.
And that's our News at Noon for today. Don't forget to watch us on Friday. I'm Aftab Borka for News at Noon. Have a great day.